There's some severe storm warnings for today, which, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna start over. Welcome back everyone to another episode of Livin with Intention. This week I'm in Crane Hill, Alabama, and this is actually my first time staying in any sort of Airbnb in Alabama, so it feels really cool to kind of check another state off that list. The next two videos, this video is a tiny home that's right on Lake Smith, and it's also owned by the same people that own the incredible treehouse that I'm actually staying at tonight, and we'll have the video out for that next week. So these next two videos are going to be really cool and I'm excited to kind of dive into them. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So this tiny home is called On the Rocks. It is actually right on Smith Lake in Alabama, which is this massive lake. I mean, I flew my drone, but it just couldn't even capture the whole size of the lake. Like, it is massive. So it is right on the water. You can see it. I don't believe you can see it. You can't see it, but it's actually right out those windows right here, and there's actually a boat ramp, so you actually have water access, which is a really cool amenity to have, especially in a tiny home. You know, with tiny homes, it's always nice to have outdoor living areas where you can kind of hang out and not just be cooped up in the home, you know. But anyways, this home is 240 square feet, which is, it's pretty small, but the design of it really helps it to not feel that small, which can always prove to be a challenge in tiny homes, but this one they really did a nice job with it. But yeah, so let's start with the outside. There's a nice little living area where they've got a hammock, they've got this nice little shade cover as well, which is really nice because, I mean, it is Alabama, it does get pretty warm down here. They've got a nice little picnic dining area as well, and these two cool little Adirondack chairs right next to the fire pit. So all of which has that nice lake view, so it's really beautiful. There's tons of gorgeous scenery around, and you're right in the middle of the woods, so it's absolutely gorgeous here. I tried to have a fire last night, but as I said, there's been some pretty heavy rain and all the firewood was wet. Even though I pride myself in someone that is able to do pretty well with fires, it is quite hard when you don't have the driest of wood. So I was not really able to have the nicest of campfires, but I got a little flame for a little bit, you know. And they have, you know, my favorite aspect is those wonderful string lights that just add such a nice glow to it, and it's really a cool spot. I mean, if you're in the Alabama area and you haven't tried tiny home living but you've always wanted to, I think this would be a really good introduction to it, especially given all of the amenities that they have inside, the lake access, the fire pit. This is just a very well-rounded tiny home that anyone is sure to love. So, and then moving right on up, you actually have these cool little like stone steps, and then this almost like hanging deck platform, which is really cool. I've never really seen anything like that, but it kind of adds just like a nice little entrance way to the tiny home, which is definitely new. I've never really seen anything of that sort, so I really like that. That was definitely a pretty cool addition that I did not expect. And then they've got this awesome red door that just contrasts real well with the blue siding and the white trim. The colors here are, they've done such a nice job with it. It really has a very cohesive look to it and just looks really nice, especially around all of the natural colors as well. It gives it that nice pop of color, which I enjoy. And then coming into the tiny home, like I said, it's 240 square feet, and most of that is right down on this first floor living space. I mean, you walk in and you're greeted, obviously you see the kitchen right when you walk in, but just to the right of you, you have the living area with this couch bench set up, and it's got these two little feet rests as well, so you're able to kind of kick your feet up, relax, enjoy the TV. And then they've also got those couple windows right there as well, which, you know, like I said, just looks right out over into the lake, and it's absolutely beautiful to be able to see water right from the comforts of your home. It's really nice. And in terms of like tiny home living, this one actually does really well because right under that bench there, they have tons of storage as well. And as you look right over here next to me, there is a lot of under stairs storage. I mean, those are very deep inlets into the wall and there's lots of room in there. I mean, this could definitely be made to work for full-time living. And I mean, it's 240 square feet. How cool would that be, you know? And then, you know, moving right on into the kitchen, you've got these two nice dining stools that I'm sitting on. And again, this kitchen is pretty impressive for a tiny home of this size. Loads of counter space, and I mean a wonderful countertop as well. I'm really a big fan of the kind of neutral color in here. I think it pairs really well with the white walls and even the little brown accents on the curtains and open cabinets. But loads of counter space. I mean, there is so much, as you can see, like right in front of me. This would be where someone would, you know, eat their breakfast, lunch, dinner, what have you, meal prep, cook, you know, get ready for dinner. And then moving on, they've got a coffee maker, toaster oven, 2-burner propane stove, which is really nice. I'm always a big fan of propane as opposed to more of like an induction stove, and you know, it's built right into the counter, so that's really nice. And they also have a sink over there with 2 more windows as well right above it, again just giving you that nice natural light and views outside, so it doesn't feel like you're just cramped into a metal box, you know. And then all the cabinets and drawers underneath too, there's actually quite a few, so there's tons of space for everything you need, your silverware, your pots and pans. And they also have a griddle to make some pancakes. Obviously that will be what I'll be making for breakfast. And yeah, they've really fit it all into this pretty small kitchen. And then over to the right of me here, they have some, like I said, more storage as well, like under the stairs. And they got some cute decorations, some board games, card games, and they've also got more cooking utensils like the knives and the spatulas and the wooden spoons as well. So, and then finishing up in the kitchen, you have the fridge and freezer, and they're actually decently sized. Bigger than decently sized. They are almost like a full-size fridge. There is no stove and or dishwasher, but I'm someone that does my dishes right as I use them, so I mean, that's not the biggest deal in the world to me. But to some it may be, and if that's the case, I'm sure there could be a way to fit a small dishwasher in here. Moving on right through the kitchen, right behind this wonderful barn door, you have the bathroom, and it's a full bathroom. It's got a toilet, it's got a sink, vanity, a very cool mirror that I'm actually a huge fan of, and a full-size shower. So I mean, they fit everything into this tiny home, and sure, it's a little small in there, but again, running water, flushing toilet, full-size shower, I mean, they fit everything back there. It is really well decorated too. I love like the little storage space for the towels. It's very cute in there. They've done such a nice job decorating the spot. And having that full bathroom in there just really is really nice. You know, there's no outhouse, there's no composting toilet. If it gets super cold or if it's raining heavily like it is today, you don't have to go outside to face the elements to go to the bathroom. You can just go right back there and it's perfect. And then finally moving up the staircase, and the staircase is a little tall, but I mean it's not a ladder, it's not any crazy formation of steps. It's just a pretty normal staircase that takes you right up to the loft, and the loft is this wonderful queen size bed up there, and you know it's a pretty shallow headspace, so you're not going to be doing Zumba up there, you know, you're not going to be dancing or moving around all too much. That loft is pretty much just for sleeping, hanging out, chatting, but definitely you're not going to be doing any activities up there that require you to stand up or anything. But they've got a bunch of windows up there, tons of lights too, and so it's really well lit. It's a cozy spot. I mean, I love lofts. Lofts just have such a comfortable feel to them, and I feel like they're pretty much a staple in tiny homes. And this one, I like that it's a pretty open concept as well. You know, there's no massive closing off of anything. It's very open and airy up there, and you know, you just walk right up and you're ready for bed. So it's pretty cool. Cool. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Like I said, it's a 240 square foot tiny home, which, you know, anything under 300 square feet is really, really small. It is tiny. I'm a big fan of the design of this one, especially the kitchen. I thought originally, like with the sink being the size that it was, that it would make doing dishes a little difficult, but it wasn't difficult at all. I was able to do them, and you know, it's very simple, and you know, you just gotta be more deliberate with your actions, and you know, think a little bit harder about everything you do, be more deliberate, and yeah. But yeah, this one's really cool. I think you guys will really enjoy this one as I know that I have. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will link their Airbnb listing in the description below. Check them out, especially if you're in the Alabama area. This is a super cool tiny home that, like I said, if you've never experienced tiny home, this one would be a great introduction to it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know I have. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Ho ho. Right.